Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Hobart with HobartReviews.com. And on this channel, we break down some of the best and some of the worst electric scooters out there to try to help you make the best buying decision. And today we've got one that promises a balance between price, speed, and power. It's called the Kunfun RZ800. Now this 1200 watt beast has got a lot of impressive features on it, including a built-in Bluetooth speaker, which I'll show you later, and a fingerprint sensor for security, which is really cool. So today we're gonna dive deep into the specs. We're gonna take this baby out on a ride to see how it performs, and at the end of the video, we're gonna find out whether the Kunfun RZ800 is worth your hard-earned cash. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the RZ800 comes with a 1200 watt rear motor, meaning that all that power is coming from the back. Now it's a single motor setup, so don't expect a dual motor level torque, but it still delivers. Now the manufacturer says that this will reach a top speed of 31 miles an hour, and we're gonna verify that with our GPS app when we head out on the ride. The RZ800 is powered by a 48 volt, 18 amp hour lithium-ion battery. Now the manufacturer claims that you can get 42 to 50 miles per charge. But let's be real, those are usually best case scenario numbers. Make sure to stick around later in the video when I give you real range results after we get done with our ride. For suspension, we have a dual fork dampening setup up front, and you can adjust the preload. In the rear, you have a dual spring suspension. Now that's a pretty solid setup there, and it should smooth out some of our bumps on the ride, at least on paper. Braking power comes from 140 millimeter front and rear mechanical disc brakes, plus a rear electronic brake that's surprisingly strong right out of the box. If you're used to electric scooters with light regen braking, or it's your first scooter with regen braking at all, it might take a little bit of getting used to. For tires, we've got 10-inch by 2.75-inch wide tubeless pneumatic tires. Tubeless means fewer worries about pinch flats, and pneumatic means a better ride comfort than solid tires alone. One of the downsides of tubeless tires is having to change a flat when you do get one. It's not the easiest thing to do. Plus, you either have to patch it or buy a new tire rather than just get a new tube. So I'm still kind of on the fence about them. Build-wise, the RZ800 is made of metal and also plastic. The good news is it's the really hard, rigid plastic. It almost kind of sounds like metal, but it doesn't make any noises or clickety-clanks when going over bumps, which is a good sign. Now, if you're like me and you like to ride at night, lighting is a very important feature on your electric scooter, and the RZ800 doesn't disappoint. On this scooter, you're gonna get a headlight and a tail light, deck lights for extra visibility, left and right rear turn signals, and 2 additional white lights on the front side of the deck to help illuminate your path when riding at night. All in all, the RZ800 has some really nice visibility features, which will definitely come in handy if you like riding after dark. As for dimensions, it comes in at 51 inches tall, 49.4 inches long, and it's about 21 inches wide here at the handlebars. Now, it's not the most compact electric scooter out there, but it's also not the biggest either. And at just 56 pounds, you should easily be able to pick this up and put it in the trunk of your car or the back of your SUV. Now let me go ahead and show you how to fold the electric scooter. It's super simple. You've got a lever up front, and on the side of that lever, you're gonna have a little spring-loaded tab. You're gonna lift up the spring-loaded tab, pull the lever, and that is gonna release the handlebars. Now right up front here, you have a spring-loaded hook, and that goes into the hole on your deck. You're just gonna pop it in like that, lift it up, and now you can take the scooter wherever you need to go. And when it's time to ride, do the same thing in reverse. Just release the hook, lift up your handlebars, close the latch, and now you're ready to ride. All right, so up in the cockpit, things are super simple and pretty nice. On the left and right here, we've got really nice grippy and tacky handle grips. It's 85 degrees out here. My hands are sweaty, and it's still super grippy, which I like. There's also palm rest on them as well for comfort. Now on the left, we've got our rear mechanical disc brake. On the right, we have our front mechanical disc brake. Here is your thumb throttle and your power button, and over here is gonna be your control panel. So down here is your horn. That's what it sounds like. And then we have a mode button, a left and right blinker, and a headlight button up top. You push the headlight button, your lights go on. You push the headlight button and it goes off. You push the blinker on and you push it again to turn it off. Now the mode button is gonna switch you between different speed modes. So right now, I'm sure you can't see it because of the sun. We're in race mode. We're gonna click it once, it goes down to park. Click it again to eco, one more time to sport, and now we're back to race mode. Now right here in the middle, this is your fingerprint sensor, and if you want to program this to your finger or your thumb, you can use the instruction manual. It's super simple to do, and that adds an extra layer of security to your scooter so nobody can steal it. You just got to program it, then you use your thumb or your finger to turn the scooter on and off, and it just adds that extra layer of security, which I like. Also, this is that little hook I was showing you when you want to fold the scooter. This is the spring-loaded hook that hooks into the deck and locks in so that you can pick up your scooter and bring it where you need to go. And that's a look at the cockpit.
Now, one of my favorite features here on the RZ800 has to be the built-in Bluetooth speaker. Now, it's something that I've noticed more and more manufacturers integrating into their scooters, and I can see why. I love to listen to music while I'm riding, but I don't like to have earbuds in. In my opinion, it's not the safest thing to do. You can't really hear what's going on around you. With the built-in Bluetooth speaker, you kind of get the best of both worlds, and it's super simple to connect to your phone. You just power the scooter on, go into your Bluetooth settings, find Kunfon, click on it, and now you're connected. And then you can hit play on some of your favorite tunes and jam out while you ride. Now I got this thing at full blast right now. It's super loud, and it's not distorted when it's at full blast, which means you should be able to hear the music with clarity while you're riding. So there you go, that's one of my favorite features here on the RZ800. It's that built-in Bluetooth speaker, I love it. So what do you say? Now that we know everything there is to know about this electric scooter, let me grab my helmet, let's head out on a ride and test this thing out and see how it performs.
All right, so I got the GPS app on so we can find out what our range is at the end of our ride. So that's going, and one of the first things that I like to do while we have full battery power is to see if we can reach the top speed. So the manufacturer says we can go 31 miles an hour on this scooter, so let's go ahead and find out. 10, 12, 15, 18, 21, 23, 24, 27, 28, 29, 31, we're doing 31, all right. All right, so now I wanna do a high-speed brake test. We're doing 27, 28 miles an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and slam on the brakes and see what happens. Let's go. Whoa, holy crap. I mean, dang, that thing stopped. I mean, it took a little bit though, but we were doing about 30 miles an hour, 28 miles an hour. So, you know, I would say that this took probably about 40 or 50 feet to stop. I was sliding a little bit. I wasn't out of control, but I was sliding. So the electronic brake and those disc brakes really do a good job to slow you down when you need to slow down, even from 30 miles an hour. So nice brake test. All right, so now I want to do a hill test, and that is a really big hill. So do you think that this scooter could get up that hill? I don't know, but we're sure as heck gonna try. Let's go. Get a nice running start in this dirt. Slipping and sliding around a little bit. Looks like we got a lot of ruts up here. I'm thinking we ain't going up this thing, but we're gonna try. Whoa, baby. Whoa, baby, it's getting it. It's getting it. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, not gonna make it. So we got about that far up, but it is kind of rough terrain here. So, well, I just had my first crash after about 50 scooters. It looks like this sand was a little bit too soft and the front wheel dug into the sand right there. And I went flipping over the front of the handlebars. Hurt my ribs a little bit. Hopefully I didn't hurt the scooter too much, but I guess we'll dust it off and continue on. Well, that sucked. That was actually the first time that I've fallen on an electric scooter in like 50 reviews. So there's always a first time, ladies and gentlemen. Scooter seems to be fine. So I guess that's a pro, the fact that the scooter can be doing 20 miles an hour, sink into some sand, flip me over the handlebars, and still work perfectly fine. Now the handling seems to be pretty good here on the scooter, except for when you're at top speeds. Right now I'm at 29, and I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but there's a little bit of a wiggle in the steering. It's not speed wobbles per se, it's just kind of a wiggle, I don't know. But it only does it when you're at top speed. Doesn't do it any other time, but just be careful and make sure you're using both hands when you're riding at top speed. All right, well, we got the tunes jamming. Doing about 20. Can still hear the music just fine. Man, my ribs hurt. Oh. I'm sure it's gonna hurt tomorrow. Bop, 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 bop. Closed. Who closes the sidewalk? All right, so I showed you we have several different speed modes here on the RZ800. The park feature doesn't really do anything. That's just for when you're walking the scooter. But if you put it into eco mode, it looks like we're gonna get about 9 miles an hour out of eco mode. We'll hit the mode button down here, get us into sport mode, and that's gonna get us up to
18, 19, 19. 19 miles an hour with the sport mode, and then you put it in race mode and you're getting all the way up to 31 miles an hour. Woohoo! All right, let's try it in some grass and see how well it does in grass. It doesn't seem to be a problem at all. Definitely not like the dirt they just went through a few minutes ago. So if you want to ride in grass, you shouldn't have a problem with the RZ800. Dirt might be a different story, but I'm able to hold 13, 14 miles an hour here in the grass with a broken rib, no problem. All right, so we're about 10, 11 miles in. It looks like I'm getting close to about half a battery. I got 4 out of 7 battery bars left. And I've also lost a couple of miles per hour as well. Oh, God, that hurts the ribs. So I'm only able to hit about 28 miles an hour right now. So it looks like you do lose a little bit of top speed as the battery goes down. Just cruising on the sidewalk on a beautiful day. Just cruising on the sidewalk on a beautiful day. Kind of like your own racetrack. Wah, wah. Uh-oh, better slow down for this one. Don't need a repeat. Ooh, you hear the squeak there? I'm getting a little bit of squeak out of the brakes. I don't like that. Which one is it? All right, so that's gonna be our front brake. Our front brake is squeaking. I don't like that. Don't start squeaking now. Going in a circle, going in a circle, going in a circle, going in a circle, going in a circle. All right, heading back towards the car here. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. See how many miles we've gone. I'm only able to hit 27 now, so we're losing a little bit more. I'm past halfway on the battery, only 3 battery bars left. Ooh, no good. I'm gonna have to figure out if I can fix that. All right, back at the car with 1 cracked rib. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, find out what kind of range we got, and give you my pros and cons. Let's do it. All right, well, I'd like to say that was a lot of fun, except for the whole cracking a rib part. Man, this hurts bad. I haven't had one of these since I roller skated 15, 20 years ago and fell and broke a rib. Man, well, anyways, we had a fun time today. Overall, it was a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and check out what kind of range we got going here. So on our ride today, we went 15.29 miles, and taking a look at the battery here, we have 2 out of 7 bars left. So we're pretty low. Now, the manufacturer says we can get between 42 and 50 miles, but the rule of thumb is to cut that in half, and that's what you're gonna get in real world conditions. So 21 to 25 miles, we've gone 15.29 with 2 battery bars left. We might be able to hit that 21 if we're lucky. Price right now at the filming of this video is only $799. Normally it comes in at $1,099. So they have it on sale right now. If they change it after I post the video, it is what it is. But as of now, $799 will bring this scooter home, and that's a great deal. Now, let me get to some of my pros and my cons. Overall, I like the scooter. I love the Bluetooth speaker that we have built in there. I love the fingerprint sensor. The brakes do a good job. They stopped us really quickly. We did slide a little bit, but I'm gonna say it did a pretty good job. The suspension did a great job today. Even with a cracked rib, it still wasn't as painful as I thought it would be, but going off-road and riding up hills and things like that, the suspension also did well. I'm a fan of the lighting. I like to ride at night, so front headlight, rear tail light, left and right blinkers, and deck lights, big pro for me as well. I like that it only weighs 56 pounds. It's about half the weight of some of my bigger scooters, so it's much easier to fold up and put in the back of the car or the trunk of the car to take somewhere to ride than some of those 100, 110 pound guys that I've got at home. So I really like that. Now there are a couple things that I would say that I wish they would change or fix. I wasn't a big fan of the wiggle that I get, not speed wobbles, but just the wiggle that I get when going 31 miles an hour. So I hope that they can do something with that front end to try to get it to not wiggle as much. Also, I thought that the range was about average of what we get on scooters, but nowhere near what they promised. I wish that they wouldn't overpromise and underdeliver. I just wish scooter companies would give us more of a real idea of range so that we're not going, wow, we get 50 miles of range and then only get 21. So But other than that, it's a really nice scooter. It's got a great speaker in it that is a lot of fun to jam out to when you're riding. So I really like the scooter. But if you want to go ahead and purchase one of these, I'll leave a link down below for you. It is an affiliate link that will help out the channel, but it does not cost you any more. And if you have any questions or comments about the RZ800, leave them below and I will be happy to answer them. And if I can't answer it, I'll get you an answer. Well, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if I earned it today, and the bell, so next time I put out a video, you will be notified. Check out my website, hobartreviews.com. Got a lot of great reviews up there, and we've got some merch up there as well, so if you want to go check that out, t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, things like that. Well, thanks so much for joining me today for the KunFun RZ800 and Hobart Reviews. My name is Hobart. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on the next ride.